Hey y'all, what's going on? It is Barb Meets World, and we are back yet again to discuss this week's episode of The Real Housewives of New York City. This is season 15, episode 5, which is, why did I say it like that? Which is entitled Without a Clue, y'all. And before we get into it, y'all go ahead, hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. It helps me and my channel in terms of the algorithm. It helps me attract new subscribers such as yourself. So go ahead, hit the like button. Also, if you're not a subscriber, become one. I mean, we have a great time down here. Become a Barb's babe. I would love to have you. We have the most awesome times, if I do say so myself. And while you're at it, let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below, because I would love to hear from you all so we can go back and forth, chit chat about the episode. You can also tell me how you felt about my commentary down in that section. Also hit the notification bell so you know every single time I make an upload, okay? And last but not least, share me with all of the people that you know in your life, okay? Hi, here we are. So y'all, this episode, okay, so I still feel the same. Let's just say that. I still feel the same. I still feel like we're kind of like, chugging along, little engine that could. Like, I don't hate the season, but it's just like there's the disconnect there. And I think I finally narrowed down why we feel that disconnect, or at least I feel that disconnect. And that has to do with the fact that a lot of the incidents, a lot of the drama that we're seeing or speaking about happened off screen. So it leaves us with, just question marks and pieces to kind of place together and try to make, a whole story from, when we were never there when it really, occurred. So I think that's honestly why I've been just kind of like, what are we talking about here? What is the problem? Because we're not invested, because we weren't there since inception to get invested, That's just how I feel, y'all. But let's get into it. So this episode begins. We get this like really cute Clueless style intro that I really liked, because I'm a Clueless girl. Like, did I really just say that? Sounded crazy. I go up for Clueless. I liked Clueless. It's definitely a nostalgic movie for me. So I do appreciate a Clueless theme. And we're getting this theme because later on in the episode, we see that Sai, for her 41st birthday, is going to be doing a Clueless theme for said function. So makes sense, right? Okay. But in this first scene, we see Sai and her husband. They're shopping for their new garden that they're going to be doing at their new home in upstate New York. Sai says that she bought this home 2 years ago, and it's somewhere that they go on the weekends, as well as, a lot during the summer and stuff like that. She's never going to make that their primary residence, though, because she's always going to be a city girl, okay? She is a true New Yorker. And she does not feel comfortable unless she is hearing sirens and people saying "Q" early in the morning. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? She likes what she likes. I'm not mad at it, but her husband might, because if it was up to him, he would pack those bags up and they would be living there permanently. Okay. That's between y'all. Nonetheless, also we find out that her aunt, who we met last season, is going to be coming for the week as well. And I really liked her. That's her mom's sister, who's kind of like a maternal figure to her now too. And she's coming into town, which is great, because Sai finally thinks that she is ready to do something with her mother's ashes that have been in a shopping bag in her closet for the last 2 years. She thinks it's time to honor her mom's remains. And so it'll be a good time to do that once her aunt is here and everything. She can plant them outside, like she can plant them with the tree outside. And that could just be a nice place for her to go to, that her mom really loves. And they can also take some of the ashes and plant them. I want to say, like they said, plant them at the primary residence too, like a split situation or whatever. So I thought that was awesome. Moving along, Jessel and Pavitt, she's complaining about how he isn't helping her plan her birthday party, which I want to say in the first episode of this season, she was telling him like, hey, like my birthday's coming up and you need to plan it. So clearly that didn't happen. And I didn't know he grew up in LA. I don't know why that like struck a chord in me. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I just didn't take him for growing up in LA for whatever reason. And also Pavitt, not too much on 1995, okay? Because you talking like that happened ages ago, or that movie's so old. 1995 is so long ago. Sir, not too much, because Miss Ma'am was born in 1994, and I feel like I'm anything but ages old, okay? Whatever. Just kidding. Just kidding, y'all. But she's telling him about the party and everything and how she has her different looks and everything. And he's like, why do you need more than one outfit? Like, he just wasn't understanding that. And she's like, so I can give different looks. And I'm just like, see, that's like, that was like a girl math moment, and it just wasn't making sense to him. And that's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's not for you to understand, sir. Just, contribute what you're going to contribute, be there in good spirits and assist with what you can. And we're all good. We're all good. Okay. Moving right along. I don't care about Brynn getting her lashes done. Who cares about that? But what I did care about is the fact that Jenna has recently taken on this editor-in-chief at large for, I think it's the Coveter, which is an online fashion magazine. So we see her going into a business meeting with all of the staff and everything. And I don't have any pictures, unfortunately, y'all. I'm so sorry. But we see her having a meeting with them. And she said that she is excited to be doing around photo shoots again and having these business discussions with other like-minded women and all of that. But it was also important for her to have this role and knowing that she's not going to be able to be there like every day, all day or anything like that, because Miss Ma'am still has 2 other jobs she's doing, and not even including Housewives or anything like that. She lets us know that she is a partner at a startup, and she also has Love Scene, her lash brand and stuff. So makes sense, right? Okay. I thought that was cool because although Jenna has pissed me off on this, show, and although we debate back and forth whether or not she's a good housewife, whether she is cut out for this, whatever, I do really appreciate her in the fashion world and stuff. And if I can get any glimpses into that, like I'm always going to be here for it. But maybe that's just my own selfish, want. Whatever. Moving along, Ubah and Racquel. So Racquel comes over to Ubah's house, which is this like this, the second time we've seen Ubah's house. And we did hear earlier on in the season that she was having some water damage issues, which she actually speaks a little bit about in this scene, because she has all of her paintings and they're not hung up because the water damage situation. And with Racquel being a art collector, curator, I think that's the correct title, right? They kind of talk a bit about that, and we actually get to jump into Ubah's life as a painter. She says this is something that she picked up on in 2021. Yep, 2021. So she paints things that, bring her like happiness and things of that nature. And it actually looked like she has some good works up there, if I do say so myself. I really did like that black and white and gold flag because of the meaning behind it, and her, being here as an immigrant and speaking on the fact that she sees this country as a land of opportunity, basically, that and then the black and white lines being representative of how, things are very much still very divided and whatnot. I really like that. I really like that. And that's something I would actually, I would buy that. I would buy that. I would. She originally immigrated to Canada when she was around 15, 16 years old. And that's actually where she started her model career. And she also talks about how in doing so, she was like the token Black girl. Because back then, and you know, even some brands today, we still see definitely have that, you know, just one token Black girl or guy or, you know, non-binary, whatever. And that's definitely an issue that I've even dealt with in my own personal life before, and being in certain spaces and stuff like that. So that's something her and Racquel also empathized with one another on, which I thought was awesome, because we have found out in a couple episodes, or when she was first introduced, I should say, that Racquel also used to do some modeling back in the day as well. So cool. And then we move on over to the Hamptons trip, of course. And Ubah brings up how Brynn was being super condescending. And even the night prior, how she explains the whole angry Black woman comment that came out of Brynn's stupid mouth. Racquel was taken aback by it, but at the same time, when she was kind of asking Ubah if she plans on having conversation or whatever, Ubah was like, I'm good. Like, I have no beef. There's nothing but fish in my fridge. And I'm cool with that. Racquel thinks that they should have a conversation. Why do I have conversation written 3 times? That's so weird in my notes. So that nobody explodes. But Ubah's not wanting that. And honestly, if I was Ubah, I wouldn't want that either. There's just certain barriers you can't overstep, and there's just certain things you can't say or do to me without me feeling like, okay, this is somebody that it's just like it's a character fault. Like, we're just 2 different people. Okay. We're not compatible as friends. We're not meant to be friends. And that is okay. Brynn is somebody who, based on what we've seen, and I get it, there's edits. This is, you know, a produced show and all of that. I get all that, y'all. Not negating it, but some of the things that have came out of Miss Mama's mouth, and just her outlook on things, and just how she presents her own self sometimes, I'm good on it. So I don't blame Ubah whatsoever. I understand that Racquel, you know, wants to see everybody, you know, we always want everybody to get along and all that type of stuff, or clear the air. And, you know, I get it. And if you can take that higher road with people, by all means, y'all. But there's just certain people and certain situations that are going to come up in life where that's not possible. And that's okay. Protect your peace. Next up, we see, speaking of, we see Erin, Brynn, and Jessel. They're all shopping for the party, and they're trying on different outfits and all that, you know, cute, whatever. And yes, Apple, where is that computer that helps you pick out your outfits? I would love to see that. That would be awesome. But afterwards, they sit down, and Erin turns to them to say how she saw that Sai and Jenna were together on Instagram. So it's like they're best friends all of a sudden. And production actually shows us that clip of them together earlier on in that day. And they were I should say, Sai was discussing how she was going to be spreading her mom's ashes, etc., etc. And I'll save my thought on that for in 2 seconds, right, y'all? But in this particular moment, I was super irritated, because it's like you're making it about you, and that situation was just so much bigger than you, I feel like. And it's how it goes back into us talking about things, or talking about the fallout that stemmed from something that we didn't see, a situation, an incident, drama that we did not actually see come to fruition on the show this season. That's so annoying. Like, does that not annoy you guys? Like, we're just left kind of in the dark to kind of piece together the pieces. And, you know, Lord knows that sometimes some of y'all be lying. So I really just have an issue with that, y'all, if you can't tell by now. And at this point, Erin's like, she doesn't even want to be friends with Jenna, because she's just going through a really hard time right now. And with them being so close at one point, she would just expect Jenna to be showing up for her, instead of, you know, having lunch with somebody who's apparently told all of New York that they can't stand you. And I understand feeling like you want people to show up for you in a certain way, especially if that's the energy that you gave to them at one point in time. But it's just like that shouldn't be coupled with the fact that they're now fostering and rebuilding a friendship with somebody else that you quote unquote think that they should still have like issues with. That's giving hater, honestly. And that also makes me feel like another big issue that we see on this show and other shows at times is that we like to know that these ladies have a genuine connection, and it's not just them connecting on this show for storylines and for the show. We want to know that you guys really do really are, friends or familiar with one another in real life. And I feel like that's something that's lacking here. And we can even see it in this situation because it's like if you guys are really friends or if you guys respected that, then you wouldn't have any issue, Erin, with Jenna and Sai becoming friends or getting over this hurdle, because I honestly feel like these are two ladies that have a lot in common. And I base that on the fact that they both have mommy issues. So, like, why are you so upset? Like, you should want, isn't that what's best for the show for people to get along and for us to move past the little petty arguments and stuff like that so that it doesn't become some super big divide? Just saying. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Moving along though. Brynn's like, well, Jenna's gonna get an earful from me. I'm like, whose mama are you? An earful for you from you or whatever? Who cares what you think? Miss Big Billy Bad Brynn? Get out of here. Just go. If you guys can't tell, I'm still like not seeing it for Brynn right now. Just saying. And Erin asks Brynn how she feels about the party and everything, knowing that she's going to be seeing everybody. And Brynn's like, as far as Ubah, she's just completely crazy. I do love Jenna, but Ubah, she's crazy. And she actually starts, trying to imitate Ubah as she tries to do all the time. Very, very, very befitting, Brynn. She's like, no, 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 no. Like, I'm clocking it, y'all. And then I also want to give a shout out to production because she goes on to say that Sai needs to apologize to her. And if you guys forgot, production definitely reminded us by rolling that little clip right there to show us that Sai actually did write Brynn an apology, and she reached out to her or whatever about the whole thing in a text, of which Brynn read said text and didn't reply. So no, you're not gonna get another. Someone like me, you have one time to leave me on red or not accept an apology or give me the cold shoulder or whatever, and I'm good. Like there's nothing else that needs to be said. You expecting a second apology in writing? You can kiss my. Here's your apology. Wipes my and hands it to you. How about that? And Brynn also says that Sai is a miserable person who wants to make other people miserable, and she hates that she's happy and nice, whereas she's a miserable troll that lives under the Brooklyn Bridge. And honestly, although last year, y'all know I didn't really see it for Sai all the time, this season, she really hasn't bothered me too much. She's talking about she's in her Zen bag. She's kind of just doing her own little thing, if you ask me, for the most part, and not chiming in more than she really has to. So, Brynn, it's actually given that you're the miserable one who's upset when other people want to be friends, or whenever the spotlight isn't on you and you want to create all these little fires and then, play the victim when your feet are held to the fire. That's who you are, Brynn. And I feel like that is more equal to a troll under the Brooklyn Bridge than what Sai Silva's giving. Just saying. So, and also Jessel's better than anybody I could ever be, because I'm just like, whatever happens at your party whatever happens at this exact moment, because I would have let Brynn know that you ma'am are not about to my party. And if you thought you were about to my party, just know that you'll be kicked out of my party. So fucking fast, y'all, your head is going to spin so bad you're going to get vertigo. Like, please do something at my party. That's the warning she would have got at from me. But Jessel's she different. It's fine. Whatever. Do you, Jessel? Anyway, moving on. It is now time for the party, and Brynn and Jenna kissing on lips. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, although I cannot stand her, Brynn's outfit was spot on. It was very much giving Dion. The black and white, red top, all that, the hat. The outfit was good, but I feel like she could have did, because I want to say Dion had like red lipstick on in that outfit, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all know what outfit I'm talking about. But Brynn didn't have that, and I feel like she didn't, like, her hair, like, she don't really be doing enough for me with the looks, if you ask me. I'm not saying she's an ugly girl. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. But she just could do a lot better sometimes with the looks. That's all I'm saying. What else? Pavitt still hasn't gotten Jessel a gift, which, two things can be true at the same time. He says that, holidays and stuff like that are manufactured to, extort money from consumers, basically, which to a degree I can definitely get down with. But at the same time, people that go through great lengths to not give you the things that you are asking for in a relationship, or treating you in the ways that you would like to be treated in a relationship. And I'm not saying do everything that your partner requests of you and you need to be showering them in every single designer gift and high-end item and whatever. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But if your partner is asking you to do something that makes them happy, and gifts, y'all, are actually gift giving or whatever, gift receiving gifts and stuff like that is a love language. So if that is what she's asking for, and also I don't feel like it's so far-fetched to want to receive something nice from your partner on your birthday, I don't feel like that's too much of an ask. And the people that go through lengths to have issues with this type of stuff and need to justify till they're blue in the face why they don't want to do a certain thing that they know is going to make their partner happy is a major red flag to me. And I'm good on those types of people. Like, you don't have to ever do anything for me. If I have to ask you and beg you till I'm blue in the face, and they've been together for a minute, so it's not like this is something new. Maybe they're drumming it up because we are talking about a show, but at the same time, I don't like that. It's a red flag to me. Just saying. What else we got here? Jessel's turning 41, which I don't know why I thought she was like maybe like 30 like 7 at most or whatever. I was like, okay, 41. I see you. I'm not saying 41 is old. I didn't know that she was in her 40s. Brynn had an issue with how many times Jessel was planning to change for her party. The entire time, y'all, Brynn was giving like this is actually the second strike, because first strike was you thinking you was about to have certain conversations that could get certain stuff started at my party. Second strike is this right here, you having such an issue with Jessel changing, as if that's not something that people do even at regular themed parties or celebrations or different things. Like, that's kind of like a new, like, let me not even say new. That's just like a thing that people like to do at times. Like, I have, my entrance dress, then I have my cocktail hour dress, then I have my dancing outfit or whatever, then I have my, grand finale outfit or something like that. It's really not that weird, and it's giving hater. You're not a true friend. I thought that I liked Jenna's outfit. Sai killed it completely. I mean, are we surprised? I'm really not. Sai was super spot on. Rebecca definitely did look like she was going to a funeral. She did look like she was going to a funeral, and I'm just like, the way I felt about Rebecca in the last couple episodes is still how I feel about her in this episode, y'all. Nothing's changed with that at all. Sai asks Erin who Jenna's on the phone with, and Erin says that she doesn't know, but she annoys the F out of her. And then Sai asks her, what's going on or whatever between you two. And she's like, nothing. Y'all, why is Erin such a Karen? She Karen this entire situation. Because if I have such an issue with somebody that I'm over here talking about, it annoys the F out of me and they ain't even said anything to me, y'all. But then when asked to expound upon it or confronted by the person, I tiptoe around it or whatever. That's giving bitch ass to me. That is giving bitch ass to me. It is. Erin, you have a major bitch ass streak. You do. A major Karen streak. You do. Sorry. You do. And it reminds me of a high school girl that is just too scared to say something when they feel slighted by their friend, and instead just have this underlying animosity and probably will just go cry themselves in a corner later, but still won't come out and say what the issue is. It's giving one-sided beef. It is. It definitely is. But she does finally say that she realized that she's just not a good friend, and she was such a good friend to Jenna, and she's just, again, not interested in having a friendship with her at this point. She's dealing with so much stuff from her mom and her kids and her husband who's not there to help her, and it's really just messing with her head to the point that she's like, the only people I need around me are my good friends. And if that's not how you can show up for me, then, I'm good on it. And it's like, when you break it down like that, yes, I completely understand what you're saying, but it still seems like it's hinged upon the fact that it has to do with somebody else becoming friends with somebody else. When last time I checked, there's 24 hours in a day. And if I want to go have lunch with somebody, I want to go have lunch with them. And I feel like that should be okay. And again, if that person, although Jenna has her things about her, I don't think that she is trying to forge this friendship with Sai because she's trying to slight Erin or anything like that. So if that's the case, if you feel slighted by it and it's not giving that the person was trying to do it on purpose, then why wouldn't you just reach out and say hey, I don't feel like you did this on purpose, but I just want to say this is something that bothers me, or I just want you to, show up for me like this. Is that too much of an ask, y'all? Are we asking too much? Apparently we are, if our name is Erin. Moving on. Oh my gosh. I completely skipped past the most emotional scene for me, which, let's go back real quick, y'all. Sorry. I completely forgot to mention how when they went to Sai's upstate house, her aunt, her kids, everybody, they're doing a beautiful job renovating it. Not surprised there. They're taking their time though at the same time to, collect pieces that she really loves and to really cultivate this space. So shout out to her for that. I'm like, that's very smart. And she says the family the family went outside to begin the process of spreading her mom's ashes and everything. And Sai got really emotional. Her emotions started to intensify and stuff like that. And she actually had difficulty even opening the bag. And that's when her aunt stepped in. And she assisted her and actually did the spreading and stuff and talked them through the whole process, which I really thought that was a really beautiful moment. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know, maybe I've been so emotional lately. And no, before you guys even ask, absolutely, it's not because of that reason. But I've just been in my feelings lately. October is always an emotional month for me. So, especially when it comes to loss, which I spoke to you guys about in another video last week. So I really love this scene. I did. And just how Sai was speaking on how this now represents a happy place to her. She can go here and, sit and just talk to her mom, and it could just be her and her mom just hanging out. And I'm just glad that based on when she first came on the show and how she's talking about her mom and everything they've gone through and stuff like that, just her getting to this point of being able to like kind of be at peace and move through this process really does speak to like she really has been working on herself. I really do feel like that. And I'm not gonna take that away from her. I'm not. And I appreciate her sharing this moment with us because I don't think I could do that on camera. I don't. I really do not. But going back to the party though, y'all, let's wrap it up. Where were we? Y'all gonna head like the video if you have not already. Like the video. Sigh. Erin's dealing with stuff for her mom. So then Ubah comes over and sits down with Sigh and Erin, and she's like, you know, what's going on? What's happening? What's up? And Erin's like, I'm great. You're lying. Stop lying. Like, she's like, I have great friends in my life. I am good. That's not what you were just saying 2 minutes ago, talking about she's pissing me off and the lady ain't even looked at you. Like, just really weird. And do we see them greet each other? I mean, if I'm looking at it from Erin's angle, I'm going to assume they didn't. But if I'm looking at it from Jenna's angle, I'm going to assume they did. Did they? Did they not? And also, I mean, I don't put it past Erin. Erin's the type that would be over there with a big issue and would still be like, oh my God, hi, hey, how are you doing? Da, 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 da. Like, and then go and cry in the bathroom like, I can't stand her. Oh my gosh. Like, annoying. I hate when people act like that. That's the most annoying behavior one of the most annoying behaviors you can have, in my opinion, is the bitch ass thing. I can't do it. And at this same time, Brynn is over there bringing up the issue and what Erin told her. She was like, yeah, so yesterday I was with Jessel and Erin told me how you were out with Thai. And you guys were together, and I was just like, okay, like I need to talk to Jenna. And Jenna's like, you can talk to me why, basically. Like, what are you getting at here? And Brynn's like, well, you know, if you become buddy with people that are meanie, I'm not gonna be happy, and there will be no more sex. Like, wasn't she the one that was just calling somebody childish, and now she talked like, can you use big girl? Like, you want to talk about, oh, a true New Yorker, you know, we act like, you know, like however you want to talk. That's not what you're giving. Talking like a little idiot. Anyway, Jenna says she appreciates Brynn coming to her directly, but she doesn't appreciate the roundabout, indirect way and how Erin just backdoored her by doing this. And also, Brynn, another weird strike is you being so upset with Rebecca for not drinking and being somebody who's not a drinker. Y'all, when I tell you that's one of the most annoying things that can happen in a social setting is when somebody's making such a big deal about you not drinking. Like, me not drinking shouldn't make you uncomfortable with drinking, because I'm not anti-alcohol. I'm not saying I don't want to be around alcohol, anything like that. And by non-drinker, I'll say like, yeah, do I have an occasional drink here and there if I'm somewhere and they got some cute little girl, you know, girly little something? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Or, you know, this past weekend I took a shot with my friends or whatever. But traditionally, I'm not a drinker. And whenever I've been in situations where people have been like, oh my God, why aren't you drinking? Drink with me. I'm like, oh, you're such a party pooper. Like, why is that like a thing? And this is probably the only time that Rebecca spoke up and said something that I can actually get with, because she's like, again, why does my non-drinking offend you so much? Like, do you have to drink? Like, what, when, why is that? She said something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing here. And I'm like, Brynn, you just are annoying to me. You really are. I'm sorry. Erin goes to tell Sai, like, you know, Jessel. Oh, when Erin was like, you know, Jessel's having this Clueless theme party, but she's not wearing anything from Clueless. And Sai's like, are you surprised? Because she did change a couple times. And I mean, her outfits were cute, but no, they weren't like the iconic Clueless outfits, except for the last one. She did nail that one. I was like, you know, Sai, it's your world today. We're just living in it. Like, let her be great. Unlike Brynn, who needed to tell Jessel that she was about to head out because she had a 9:40 p.m. spray tanning appointment that she purposely booked. That's the final straw for me, y'all. Right before the cake was about to come out. Y'all, if these are people in your friend group and you see these same common occurrences with these individuals, block that person out of your life right now. I'm doing you a favor because that's not a true friend. It's not. That is somebody who wants all of everything to be about them 24/7, 365. And I can't be around a self-centered person like that. That's not how friendships are supposed to work. And Jessel, again, is the better than I could ever be. And it's like, go figure, you would be going to get a spray tan. Brynn, I'm gonna be on your ass every week. I'm sorry. Until further notice. I am. Every week. Every single week. Yeah. And I would have, if I was just, I'd have been like, okay, bet, like, please hurry up and get out. And please do not let the door hit you on the way out, honey. Like, bitch, bye. So all the ladies like are on the couch at this point, and she lets everybody know she feels differently about Jenna. And as she's telling them this, Abe is awkwardly trying to tell Jenna about what's going on too. And he's like, I feel like there's some unresolved tension between you and Erin. And he's like, does Jenna have, or does Erin feel that way? Does she have the tension or whatever? And he's like, no. And she's like, 'cause I don't have the tension. So, and I'm just like, Abe, you should have, he was trying to, he didn't want to get involved, but he was trying to help. And it just didn't give that at all. I'm just like, you not like, he's still in like house husband, like pre-K or like nursery school. And he was trying to do like a kindergarten, I feel like first grade house husband move right now. And it fell flat. It fell flat, and Jenna was even more confused. But then she goes over there with all the other ladies, and Erin's like whispering to Racquel how she's just so upset, how she just, can you switch seats with me? And now she has such an issue. Only for Ubah to get up and Jenna sit right next to Erin, and she was still trying to tiptoe around what the issue was or whatever. Very awkward and very like she's just really non-confrontational. And I get it, some people are like that, but y'all like don't like, not everything has to end in a conversation. You speaking up for yourself or asserting yourself, telling somebody how you feel about something should not equal out to it being a confrontation. Just communicate and move and figure it out and move on. That's what you could do if it's two mature people talking. But you shying away from speaking up about something that clearly is a major hair up your ass is wild to me. Just saying. And after denying it like 25 times, Erin finally tells Jenna how she really feels. And Jenna's like, I really don't want to do this at the party, which I'm like, thank you. At least somebody doesn't want to get up in a party and act an ass, because Brynn definitely doesn't care. She does actually give Erin what she wants, and which is like constant like communication as a close friend, I guess. And I'm just like, it's like, again, two things can be true at the same time. Like, I'm not saying I don't understand Erin's point. It's just how she went about it that I don't agree with at all. And then, like I said, Jessel's third outfit change happens, and that's pretty much the end of it, y'all. It's pretty much the end of it. I appreciate you guys for sticking around this long. If you have, don't forget to like that video. As I said in the beginning, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of the things, y'all. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.